rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
Aurora. The time is now 8:11 a.m. You're listening to Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. And we have the, I called it the Entrepreneur Round Table Talk. I called it Table Talk today. We're having a discussion with some entrepreneurs in Aurora, local folks doing their own thing with their own businesses. Mary Lemos and
Vince Green.
Vince Grant.
Green.
Vince Green.
Like the color.
My bad. Messed his name up already. Round of applause for y'all. Round of applause. Good to have you guys.
Thank you.
So before we get into what you guys do in your respective businesses, we do got some news and updates and everything like that. And then towards the end of the show, we're also going to have you guys take us out with updates that you got coming up. All right? All right. So first things first. The weather's nice today. It's a nice sunny 48 degrees outside. It's going to be a high of 64 today, and that'll be about 2 o'clock p.m., but it looks to be windy. So it'll be windy, 64 degrees, and still sunny. So a nice, nice little fall day. Get the fashion up, Timberland boots, turtlenecks, donations, Good Morning Aurora, we take those. All right. Friday is going to be 61 degrees and sunny as well. Statewide mitigation efforts start tomorrow, and this will be Tier 3 mitigation. There's a new wave of COVID surging across Illinois, unfortunately, and the governor announced the entire state will be under mitigation the 20th. Businesses and industries are being placed on pause, and others still open, and that begins on Friday. On Sunday the 22nd, there is a drive-through turkey giveaway. 100 turkeys for 100 families starting on that morning. Headliners Barbershop, Endless Possibilities Auto, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Fitness in Naperville, and the Reina family are coming together to give back to the community during these hard times. That's what's up. That's what's up. As we know, many families have been struggling due to the pandemic, and these types of initiatives go a long way. Mayoral candidates have filed the maximum numbers of signatures to get on the April 6th ballot. Against the incumbent Mayor Richard Urban, there are two runners, Mr. Judd Lofshe and Mr. John Leish. Good luck, y'all. All right, ARTA, AARTA, the Aurora Area Retired Teachers Association. They're holding their second drive-through box dinner sale from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Tuesday, December 1st at Gaslight Manor. That's what's up. Listen to these options, though. Greek chicken, roast pork and fettuccine alfredo, side dishes, roasted potatoes, green beans, and dessert. Y'all can hit me with the Greek chicken and the roast potatoes right there. I'm good. The public is invited. The cost is $20. Proceeds benefit CIS in Aurora, which is Aurora Communities and Schools, and ARTA Scholarship Fund. ARTA was funded in 1958, and they provide many services as a local nonprofit. And let's see here, dollar holiday photos. Gotta let people know, get your, get fresh, bring the kids out, go to downtown businesses, and you can get a dollar photo at curated displays being offered in a bunch of places downtown. For more information and the updated location list, go to auroradowntown.org. And last but not least, a word from our sponsors. I'm gonna get the homegirl to record, make a nice recording of this, so that way I can just push play, upgrade. But LDJ Cleaning Professionals, specializing in commercial, residential, and disinfectant cleaning, serving Aurora and the Quad Counties with over 20 years experience in the professional cleaning industry. They offer their great and well-known make-ready service, post-construction cleaning, window cleaning, floor maintenance, disinfectant cleaning, and general office cleaning. The home that you worked so hard to purchase, the business that you dreamed of owning. They're honored to provide their service to you. Hire a true professional. Call today at 630-291-5435. They help you protect your investment. All right. And with that, that's the news. And the what? The sound that you guys have been hearing, that splashy water. It's not a horror movie where guts are hitting the floor. We're on location today at Treadwell Coffee downtown. Shouts, big shouts. Much love. It's the peace sign in the back. So yeah, we're on location for a good episode today. This is going to be fun. All right. So now let's get into it, my friends. Talk to y'all. And hello,
Hi.
good morning. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Glad to have both you guys on the show.
Glad to be here.
All right. So for the listeners and the viewers, starting off, tell us who you are and where you're from. We'll start with you, Mary.
Hi, my name's Mary Lemos. I'm from Aurora, Illinois, and pretty much grew up on the west side. Blackhawks, LOA.
Y'all came in here camping right off the bat.
Blackhawks over here, okay?
Right off the bat.
90% of my family, my nieces and nephews, go to East Aurora High School, so I make that a point to be like, this is Blackhawks. We're the OGs.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're the OGs. I do just pretty much live 5 minutes from Treadwell, so it was a pretty quick.
Very cool.
Yeah. Like I'm still in the area.
Okay. Nice. Glad to have you.
I'm Vince Green. I'm born in Chicago, raised in Aurora. I used to play basketball for West Aurora Blackhawks all day. Yeah.
Double the Hawks.
Yeah.
Been doing a lot of things. Had a group out here called the Real Hip Hop Heads, just a kind of like a group of. We would do a round table all the time. Just still in the Aurora area. I'm in Montgomery, but I still come down here and support everything. And big art, like goes on every Fridays. The First Fridays, yeah. And I used to love the art down at the Roundhouse. Oh my gosh.
Right.
Because I'm an art guy. I was an art major, so yeah.
Very cool.
But yeah, still here in Aurora.
We all?
Enjoy.
Growing up, what impact did your mom have on your life?
Oh, a big impact. My mom is actually, and speaking of my mom, a couple of weeks ago she had a second stroke, but my mom's a fighter. She's fighting and she's been rehab and everything down in Mississippi, and she's coming back. She was making it through the other stroke, but the impact that she had to see, because my dad was a Vietnam vet. He had Agent Orange, diabetes, kidney problems, so as he started going on, he was wearing down and couldn't work. So my mom would work 2 jobs.
Right.
She would go work to her job in the morning, come home, make dinner, everything, clean up, and then go to her job at night. Every single day while taking my dad to dialysis in Chicago.
Wow.
Yeah, so she's a strong woman, man, and like I said, she was a big impact. She always, my dad was the tough guy, and she was tough too, but she always would stay on us and keep our minds straight. Like when I bought my first car, she was like, boy, you gonna be able to keep up with that? You gonna be able to keep up with that? You know your credit and this and that and all that. And you
How much the payments?
Right. You don't listen.
You don't think about that.
Yeah.
You're not thinking, my credit.
Right.
You don't think that until you're in your 30s.
Exactly.
Right? Damn, my credit.
Exactly. And that's what my mom, she would tell us about that stuff, but she would also give us that freedom to go and you see and experience it, and then all of a sudden you get in trouble. That car I had got repoed. And she just came, she's like, what did I tell you?
Right.
Now think the next time when you do something. So, but yeah, she was amazing impact.
Mary, growing up, what impact did your dad have on your life?
My dad was he was one of those guys who couldn't have a job when I was young. I remember I wanted to run a paper route. Well, my brother's best friend ran a paper route, and he went on vacation. And I remember he's like, hey, he asked my brother, can you do my paper route over the weekend? You don't know how much work involved in a paper route, because I was just like, dang, I don't want a paper route anymore. But I think when I was able to work, he was one of those guys who was like, you don't go to work to make friends, you go to work to make money. You need it. Yeah, both my parents were iron fists. That's how they ruled our home. It was, these are our rules, and you follow them.
Right.
That was it. You don't question them, and I think that's impacted my life a lot, because I feel like that's exactly how I rule my home.
Would both of you say, and you guys give me your answer, but would both of you guys agree that even if you are starting a business or you're just trying something new, the push from your family is probably more important than any other push from anybody else?
Most definitely.
I don't know, because I feel for me, my best friends, my family, I think it's more to me when somebody I don't know buys my stuff. because to me, my family is like, they're gonna buy my stuff.
Okay.
Because it's one of those things where you're like, I know you're gonna buy my stuff. I know you want me to do this for you, and I know you want me. You know what I'm saying? So it's different when it comes from someone you don't know.
That's a good point.
And I look at it like,
That's a good point.
like when I first sold my first order on Etsy, I was hoping it wasn't going to be my family or my friends.
Right, yeah. Leave them with my mom.
Or my friends. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want that to be like, oh, well, is this a pity purchase?
Right.
Is it because they know I have a shop now and they want to support me and they want to be that first person to buy something from me? And I'm glad it wasn't because it was just some random person out in Cali. But I think it's a little different for me. I think it's more or less like when it comes from somebody else I don't know or I'm not close to, that has more of an effect on me than if it were my brother and my sister.
That's interesting. Funny you mentioned that. I tried to sell I can still make a good barbecue sauce.
Okay.
Once upon a time I tried to do the whole little thing, get some wings underneath it.
Okay.
And the only people who would buy the shit was like my parents.
Right.
My family.
You know you can get this for free, right?
Yeah, everybody else was like, since I'm the homie, like, hey, throw your boy a bottle.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man.
Yeah.
$8.99, fool. No, that's interesting that you mentioned that. So let's get started into what you guys do, your respective businesses. Okay, we'll start with you. Tell us about F.I.Y.A.
So, sitting around, meditating, and on some tough times, I ended up looking at a song. Like I said, I'm a big Wu-Tang fan, so one of the members from Wu-Tang did a song and spelled it wrong. He put an H on the end of fire, and I'm like, I don't know if that's how you really spell it. So I'm like, I think it's F.I.Y.A. And as I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, freedom is his ability to do what he wants in the song.
Right.
Or whatever. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, freedom is your ability. So I'm like, oh man, like I could do something with this, and it just started coming to me. Like, okay, freedom. And I got the card sitting at home that I started writing it on. I send out text messages to friends like, what do y'all think if I did a shirt with this? And they like, oh man. But those same people come back to me a little bit down the line and they're like, dude, this connects to everything. One of my first shirts, Scott Snitchler, that graduated with us, he's a personal trainer. And looking at it, he's like, fitness is your action. Like, yeah. Okay, yeah. I got another friend that graduated with us, Teresa. I'm getting back into church. Father, I'm your anointed. Like, it just started connecting to everything.
Could be an acronym for anything.
Yeah, for anything. Or you don't even have to, have the acronym. You're just trying to find, I just said people have to find your fire, find your drive, find your motivation, because that's what we were lacking. You see the world now. It seems like the younger group, looking at my kids, my oldest is 21, my youngest is 16, and my middle is 18. And seeing the way they came up with things and stuff in school, it's like, some things are missing in this world, like that we need. We need that drive, that motivation, that fire, to find that spark inside of you to push you forward. So that's the whole thing with fire is to you wake up every morning and fight for your fire. Now, I have a couple friends and they told me if these moments ever come, and I speak about it all the time. 2 friends were going to commit suicide. Roll across my clothing line on Facebook, and I get messages, and both of them put me in tears. One was a step away from pulling the trigger, and he said he rolled across and saw my shirt and was like sitting there trying to create something from the acronym. He's thinking, and then he said, excuse my language, but he was like, I want to effing live. Like, I want to live. Like, that's what I want to do. So he sent me a message. I got him a shirt instantly. He's like, dude, tell my story, please, because you just saved my life. I'm like, and then I got another guy. He went through a lot of stuff, lost his mom, lost his dad, lost his aunt, lost this, lost that, and just losing stuff, lost his job. And he was on the brink of it, but he saw the same and was like, man, Vince.
So what started for you in a point of, trying to come up in a point of despair has been a positive, uplifting experience for more people. That's good.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, it gives me goosebumps every time I think about it, and that's what tells me that I can't quit. I gotta keep going. So, yeah.
Mary, tell us about the business. What do you do? What's it called?
It's called Designs by Spunkymare.
Okay.
I just opened up an Etsy shop last year. So for me, it was more or less the struggle of, should I do it, shouldn't I do it? Who's going to buy my stuff?
Right.
Is anybody going to like my designs? Like I said, I'm an art major too, as well as Vince's. Love photorealism. So I have different ideas. And when I put my ideas together with someone else's ideas, it comes out to be something that is remarkable on both ends. So for me, I feel like Designs by Spunkymare are your ideas brought to life. You tell me what you want, and we'll make it happen.
$4
Anything.
million.
We can do what? I'm sorry.
$4 million.
Oh, no, you realize more what? Speak it into existence. I want to, like, we do cards, business cards. I created logos. I do glassware, drinkware. Anything you have an idea for, we can make it happen.
Okay. And how long? When did you start? When the company get started?
I believe it was September.
Okay.
I'm bad with dates. I know. I'm terrible. I was thinking about this last night. Like, when did I?
Well, so you just had an anniversary with the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's just
When did you start?
turn of the year.
Probably about the idea about 6-7 years ago, but just starting putting T-shirts out and things and getting it going about 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's been your biggest success so far? Just to date. We got a long way to go. There's more coming.
Yeah, I know.
What's your biggest success so far?
So far, I would say just getting that Etsy shop up and going for me. That was God. It was an idea for so long. I can remember just being like, oh, I want to do this, and I want to do this, and I want to do this, right? And never ever doing it.
Right.
And then one day I'm just like, what do you have to lose? You know, because you have to think about the financial loss. What if nobody buys my stuff? I still have to go buy materials. I still have to go do, X, Y, and Z. But what if nothing comes out of it? So it's a loss on my end, but at the same time, if you don't do it, you'll never know if you'll ever make it.
Facts.
Right.
Like,
how am I ever going to know I'll never ever sell? I didn't ever think I was going to sell anything, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And then I got my first sale, so then I'm like, oh my God, how exciting is that? So for me, it was definitely something big. Just opening up that shop, get it going.
First success?
First success was when I got a rapper to buy my shirts. He never posted anything. And I told him I'd call him out, Cash from the Alcoholics.
Oh, the Licks?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And he came to Chicago too. And I posted, wear my shirt. But he never did. But and the same is like he was like, he wanted support too. But that was my first thing. And I mean, it wasn't even that big. It was only a few shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
But also a family, Aaron Ron's family. Their whole family bought shirts and did a big shoot and everything, and they still all wear them and everything. But really, to me though, it's not really about the sales. It's just the fact that I see what did I say? Like the drive and the motivation of people wearing it. Like, cause I see somebody, like I was walking down here for, I forgot what fest it was. This old guy said, and he said it right, what's F.I.Y.A? And I explained that to him. And he was just like, oh my gosh, I've never seen anything like this before. Mark Cuban's best friend, I used to Uber. And he just came back from talking with Mark Cuban. They got off the plane, showed me the pictures as I'm driving them home from O'Hare. And he was like, dude, you need to be on Shark Tank. I'm like, I don't think I could do that. I got Damon John up there. He did FUBU. Kind of where I got the idea too from. But his was just for us, by us. Now this is universal. Like it can connect everything.
I really like the fact that people will step outside of their box, and their comfort, better way to say it, their comfort zone and try something new. You mentioned wanting an Etsy shop. You were already involved in hip hop already.
Right.
Was there any coming out of the box for you guys? Was there any awkwardness whatsoever? Because you're kind of chasing
I
your own
think it's
dreams
all
anyway.
awkward.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's a hot mess usually. It's just, for me, it was always like, I was always just so nervous. I think I was just so like, oh God, the failing part. You know, like, is it going to fail? Is it going to fail? Are you going to fail?
Right.
That was my biggest thing. Like,
Would you
are
say
you
that
going to walk out and be like, okay, well, it didn't work?
Would you say that that's maybe what hinders a lot of other
Oh,
potential
yeah.
entrepreneurs?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's what Vincent. Yeah,
Word up.
people like, we don't want to fail. You don't want to open something and have to close up shop. You don't want to be that person, you know?
Right.
And then people are like, well, she tried it, but it didn't work out because no one liked her, you know?
See, you guys have different, and this is one of the reasons why I like having, when I have episodes like this, because you know the show, like we've had some elected officials on the show, we've had some candidates, we've had a good plethora of people. Women in business has been a feature too, but I like the small business kind of startup, this level of it, because this is different, but I had the same kind of like hang-ups as well, but like
With the
you were
varsity
one of the
shop?
first. No, not the
Oh! I don't know. I haven't seen
You're on
the
the
bottle.
sauce. You're on the
I haven't seen the bottle on the shelf. I'm just saying.
I think she
I
wants
know.
some of that sauce,
Well,
man.
you know what? Well, here's the thing. Since I've been doing it since Good Morning Aurora, so we know what it's like. I created and tried one thing, didn't really go. The amount of money that it took. I was living in Naperville at the time. I got out of the military. The amount of money that it took, which I did not know, to like get a table, get a booth that are right, get a little permit to be at the Rip Fest. I did not figure that into the budget.
Yeah.
So I'm making it at the crib. Everybody that works with me is maybe buying a box. So that didn't get off. But I am thinking about launching it because now Good Morning Aurora is doing quite well. So I think pairing it to be better. But to the
So
point that
it
we're
would be
talking
like
about.
me come on here and then here's a bottle of sauce.
Oh, well, y'all get complimentary. That's y'all get complimentary. Y'all, you know what? For being on the show now.
The newest business model.
Help out
Come
now.
for the
with
show.
benefits later. Yeah, y'all good. Y'all good.
You're
when we go to the
integrated.
restaurant, you know, y'all tapped on the house. But I got over that. And that was my first failure. Complete, utter, crash the plane into the ground failure. But I dusted myself off because I was like,
but how
no,
long did it take you to dust yourself off?
Oh, it took some years.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm talking about. So if you fail, then it's going to take you a while to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to go at it again. How long did it take me to get started the first time?
Right.
Years. I had the idea for so long.
Right.
And to actually do it and fail, I don't think I would come back, to be honest.
Yeah. What I thought at that time was, I'll just get a job. You know? Yeah, that's what I'll do. You know, I'll just, man, F all this trying to do what I want to do, man. I'm just play it safe. You know, Amazon and all that, they hiring.
Yeah.
But still, sometimes that little burn is not fulfilled.
Right.
Because now you're sitting behind a desk, thinking about the Etsy shop, thinking about F.I.Y.A, man, I can have this, thinking about the podcast.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good thing. That's why I asked about what you guys saw as hang-ups, because I like that you guys overcame those, and now you're thriving. That's why I like these kind of interviews. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you've been listening to the show for a while, so I appreciate it. Those are the kind of things that made me like, all right, I got to keep it. You know, like people like, oh man, good show. Like, damn, it was listening.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is this, is that a lot
right,
of people that you do have on here, I've never heard of, or what do they do?
Right.
You know, I have heard of her, but what is she doing in the community?
Right.
How is she helping our community thrive?
Right.
So you having those episodes helps the community understand who works in our community and what they're fighting for, because they are fighting for us.
Right. Now, as Aurorans, I'm going to ask you guys a couple of good Aurora questions. So I'll start with each of you. What is the biggest change that you've seen in Aurora from, back in the day until now?
So that's the downtown area a lot. Seeing that grow and just different sections around Aurora that are changing, and Yeah, the people too, actually. Like, it used to be, I'd say like it was divided. Like, because growing up, you know, seeing friends, losing friends left and right, and people I think are kind of in Aurora starting to, I think the changes too is what's making it
Come together.
Yeah, because you know one of the biggest talks in Aurora was, man, there ain't nothing in Aurora. We gotta go to Naperville or go to Chicago to do this. And that's the thing that I think I'm starting to see in Aurora is that they're starting to try to bring things in.
Now that's a part two. That's another question. We're gonna get into that. I'm gonna pick up back on that. Biggest change you've seen?
And just personally for me, I grew up on the west side, so and I live up here, and it's closer to the east side. And I think for me, it's the Latino community. I've never really been around it growing up. It's a huge change for me. Every day that I go to work in the morning, I see even on the weekends, they get up, they get dressed, and they start walking. They walk to where they have to go. You know what I'm saying? It takes me hours to get up and get dressed and even want to jump in my car and go somewhere.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you see these older men and women having to foot it to wherever they have to go. And believe me when I tell you, moving to the east side was just an eye-opening experience for me because I've never seen it growing up. And so that's really, I don't know, like I really feel proud of my
That's a funny thing
It
too
really
that I
did.
know that like in Aurora, if you're from the west side or the east side, we don't go to the opposite side. And that's the thing we need is more, because I can still to this day, even after Ubering, I can't even get around all the streets on the east side. Like, I'm like, man, I don't know this.
So I used to live, I lived downtown Aurora for like 10 years. And I just moved to the east side. But I was familiar with the streets and everything, but like a little bit, like it's a different thing now.
Yeah.
I live close to El Wedo. Yeah, these people.
Is that right here?
El Wedo's up there on Root Street.
Yeah.
Root and like New York. They walk in with the groceries and shit.
Like for me, that I don't know, it's so inspirational to me. And I feel, and it being a Latina myself and not seeing it, and I'm just like, holy, like, are you serious? Like it's Saturday, the sky.
And they got cars. They walking back to the driveway full of cars with groceries and shit.
So I mean, for me, it's really, I love it. It's such an eye opener for me, and I'm Hispanic, so I'm ashamed.
Correct. What is, in your opinions, what's the current state of Aurora businesses? So a little bit of the downtown thing, not just yourselves.
Right.
Current state of Aurora businesses. We'll start with you.
I know this before, but I'm gonna say it because I hear it all the time. A lot of people are getting nervous about the small businesses. They say that a lot of them are like getting pushed out and thinking that, like, you hear people, because I work in St. Charles detailing cars, and you hear people talk about it like, man, I heard Aurora is like, man, they pushing out all the small businesses to bring in like a Starbucks. Like, I don't know, like, but I hear that a lot. A lot of people say that little mom and pop shops feel like they're getting pushed out. And I'm looking, and like I said, I see all this growth down here, and it looks like they're trying to bring that in and bring that, because that's what you need in, your cities and stuff like that, So,
Current state of Aurora businesses.
I feel like right now.
Like,
Sabrina with that
y'all look good on camera too. Y'all look good as hell.
I feel like right now, with the pandemic, there's a lot to think about, especially with small businesses, because small businesses, the prices are high. They are small businesses. They're buying from people like me who are paying a wholesale price, but then they're jacking up the price. But we're also in a pandemic, so who's going to go to a small business and purchase a $15 coffee mug when I can go up to the Target and get it for $4.99, $5.99?
Right.
God, I'm so wishy-washy with the small businesses, to be honest with you, even though I run a small business.
Yeah, right.
For me, I feel like with my Etsy shop, I always try to keep my prices reasonable. I always jump on and see what someone's selling their stuff for, and comparing, and try to meet it in the middle. I want to be that middleman. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my prices to be high. I don't want them to be too low where I'm not making anything either. But at the same time, I know I have to think about who is buying my product also. And even with small businesses, you have to think about your community. You have to think about who your audience is. You have to know that you're downtown Aurora. Do a lot of these people have the money to buy a $15 coffee mug? Maybe not.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You just really have to know your audience. I think you have to know your surroundings, know the community you're trying to sell in.
Correct. Yeah, I've been happy to see the growth downtown. I think it's on the middle pretty much. I don't see too much to the big guys. I don't see too much to the little guys. It really seems like just
straight down the middle.
Straight down the middle. That's interesting though to hear that the point that you had about somebody said that it seems like the little guys getting pushed out of Aurora because they making way for a Starbucks. We still ain't got no Starbucks.
Right.
There ain't no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it ain't no. Indira done opened 2 locations, so it ain't no Starbucks. So that's not so. Yeah, no.
Right.
So that's not the case, but when you have
it can be the case.
right, and if somebody has had a small business in the area and it has closed, because let's just say the Treadwell's doing better than Indira, and Indira had to close their shop. So you have to also think about small business against small business.
Right.
It's not only just Starbucks against your small coffee shop.
Right. So the time is now 8:42 a.m. and you are listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. And this is a great discussion, table talk, brand new. Mary Lemos, Vincent Green. All right. Now, well, I'm gonna say that for last. All right, here's the thing. What I need from you guys to tell me, in your own words, if you've seen some of the episodes, I like to get people on the side now. I came in from out of town. I'm trying to go to a good place to eat. Where are you sending me? We just had a little business meeting about the Etsy shop and all that. I'm signing on the dotted line. Okay, let's go have lunch.
I don't know.
True.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
True.
I haven't eaten out in so long. I can't answer that.
Okay, well, come back. If one comes to you, though, let us know.
I know it's a little small place like right under the bridge. Is it Maine Cook?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, they
On the left-hand side,
That's
right
it.
there.
They just opened up actually.
Yeah.
Asian fusion.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, go,
Okay.
go! Like
An endorsement from Man Cook.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I would say what's the one right across the bridge? Burger Bar across from Valley Doyle.
Oh,
Gillerston.
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 Yeah.
Oh man,
I do love their
that
ketchup, their
place.
house ketchup.
Love that place, man.
All right.
Man, I think
I'll do a shout out to
I might
Gillerston.
swing
Whatever.
over there.
Okay. Double the Gillersons. Y'all came together, so it's good.
And Treadwell.
Yep.
Go
TW.
here.
They got
Yep.
sandwiches now too. So.
Yep.
What's next?
For Designs by Spunkymare, we have our Christmas line coming out
Okay.
on Etsy, and it'll be just cards. I do personal cards, and then I also do template cards. We'll be coming out with some wine glasses, some holiday wine glasses, holiday beer signs, and some coffee mugs.
Okay.
So it's all gonna steer towards the Christmas season.
Nice. What's next?
The
Provide
world.
The world?
Yeah.
Work on.
Yeah,
I'm feeling
because
that.
that's what, like as I was telling you about, what we're trying to take F.I.Y.A into being is not just a clothing line. I want it to be a universal thing, but connect. Like I said, it connects to everything, and I want it to be. I want to see F.I.Y.A gyms. I want to see where you can. Because one thing, like I said, I coach basketball, and I want to train, do like fundamental training. Fundamentals impact your averages, you know, forever inspiring young athletes, forever inspiring young adults. I wanna have places like Linden Oaks, but not because like my wife, she's a nurse, and we see like knowing these things like in these places like Linden Oaks, Mercy, I forgot the place over there. is with kids to give them, instead of medicating them, let's put them out and let them box, let them work out, let them get some exercise. But you know, you're keeping them in a good environment to help them.
Different kind of therapy.
Yeah. Not just this. Like my kids have been through that, and you see a lot of young kids today that are going into Linden Oaks because they can't control this environment of social media that they live in. Like we say, oh man, y'all got it easy, y'all soft now. Actually, they don't. If you think about it, you get one kid that gets bullied on social media. Now you got all of that person that's bullying that person, all of their friends. So you got their friends from other countries, or not countries, but other states that are friends with them, and they see your post that you're doing that, so they get on them. So you got all this coming to this kid. They can't, you know, they get.
Yeah, you mentioned Linden Oaks. I worked at Edward Hospital.
Oh, nice.
That was my first job out the military.
Yeah.
That's where the dream of making barbecue sauce was
Started.
born and died.
I got a feeling it's coming back now.
I know.
Oh yeah. Actually, I actually made a batch. Well, it's November now. I made a batch a couple months ago.
Really?
Yeah. I still got the recipe just to twerk it out and everything. See, make sure it's still good. Yeah, shit was fine.
I got something coming.
Yeah.
Food is your adornment, and I got to, every time I post, I cook every night. Not every night. My wife cooks also, but I have a thing called "Man, Quit Playing." So every time I post my food, I'm like, "Man, quit playing."
Okay.
So that's another thing that's coming. That's going to be a fire brand. Is "Man, Quit Playing."
Let's talk about some of the other, so we've given some shouts out for restaurants, we've given some shouts out for local things. Any other business shouts that you guys want to give at the moment?
Well, yeah, I want to give a shout out to Lena Aesthetics. She was supposed to be here today, but
shout out Lena.
yeah, she just opened up her own. She's an esthetician, so she just opened up her own shop in North Aurora. Go check her out. You know what I'm saying? Give her a chance.
Okay. All right, Lena.
Brandy Gilliam, Pole Bum Society. He's out there doing some big stuff for Aurora, man, and working hard for this city with this Pole Bum Society gear. Who else is there down there? Aaron McGee used to play at East Aurora. He has his business he just started up. I forgot the name of it, but he just started a sports apparel business. Man, there's so many people, and I'm trying to pull them all in at one time. I'm on the spot, y'all. Just like I said, there's a lot of people, a lot of good people out there doing some things.
Yeah.
Getting things going. Tiffany
really...
Wade, like they graduated with us,
yeah.
she's doing stuff now too.
Really?
A lot of y'all keep working hard, man. Keep doing it.
Good. Yeah, I'm really interested in all the people who are coming up and making waves and names for themselves for businesses. I think that's great. Think about a part two, y'all. Think about a part two. We've already identified a couple little places here in this episode where we can like expand a little more on things like that. I keep hoping that when life does return to some sort of openness, that we can come check you guys out in your locations and, you know what I'm saying, maybe do a live, something like that.
Yeah.
You know, shout out another way.
Yeah.
So, like, see the process?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing a video of it and just the everyday ins and outs of making an item and just showing people, like, hey, you know what, this is what I do. Like, this is how it starts off. You know?
Yeah, we can work that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, go out and just.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah. So, were you guys at the last First Friday? First 6? No, didn't go.
I'm not into really going out at this time. So I just I was supposed to do the Batavia Boardwalk. Okay. And then the numbers started to go up again.
Right.
And for me, it just isn't safe. You know, my mom's diabetic, and I had nieces who were premature, and, you know.
Sure.
It's not something I want to bring home to anybody.
Right. What does America mean to you?
That's a real good one. I say.
Hold on a second, y'all. The sound that you're hearing is a spirited dog. I'm telling you,
So
boy,
German Shepherd.
we out here today.
He
with
getting
the
excited,
interview.
but that's life, man.
Shout out to all the barking dogs that bark right when you ask the best question on it. The greatest morning show ever.
Yeah,
It's pretty dog though.
yeah, it is. But
listen,
yeah,
man,
to me, like I said, freedom is your ability. That's America. We're supposed to have that freedom, but it don't seem like it right now. You know, there are a lot of it seems tough. Like it seems like I don't know, but it's a rough feeling like inside, because I'm one of those people that I impact. I feel energy. I like I said, I meditate and I get even more energy, and just it feels like there's something on your shoulder right now, and it feels pressure and it feels tough. But like I said, with this shirt, fighting injustices yields achievement. The world is going to rise like a phoenix from the ashes. But I feel that part too. I feel that change, that it's going to be I don't want to say like a smooth running world, because you can't get that with everybody's differences in minds and things, but I think it's going to be a lot better. Okay. And that's what America means to me. It does mean that freedom. It does mean everything that everybody feels and they see, but we kind of get a backlash as minorities because we're trying to show you guys like
Extra thing.
Yeah, we like see, now you see this.
You have to work harder.
Right.
And
it's tough.
I would agree
pressure.
with that.
It's real. It's a big pressure. Like
What's America to you?
I would say for me right now, my America is more of Black Lives Matter. You do have to work harder. You do have to show people that, and you shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm a true believer of you shouldn't have to work as hard as this person to prove that you're not who they say you are. You know. So right now, I'm a big supporter of, you know what, we need to start treating each other as equals, because we are.
Right.
We're all human beings. That's what we are. We're human beings. We're all the same.
Yeah, and I get a lot of people that say, man, no, it should be all lives matter. That's like, it is though. It is all lives matter.
You know what's funny is that I used to say that all the time.
Yeah.
And then I read this article and they were like, well, all lives do matter, but it's not all lives who are being affected. It's Black lives.
Right, exactly.
So that kind of changed my perspective on that, where it was like to me, oh, all lives matter, and I did that whole thing, and guilty as charged. And then I read that article, and it was just like, it's true.
Yeah.
Black lives matter because they're the ones who are being affected by it.
So I want to let you guys know too that if you got any kind of social media news or anything like that, please send it to us after the show or going forward, and we'll make sure that we share that out there for you guys too. The reason why I asked about your businesses and kind of go with the American question as well is because I'm always interested to see. I can gauge motivation in people too. I'm always interested to see what people's thoughts are about something, and see where their motivation is to do something about it as well. So that's the reason why I asked that question. You guys gave kind of a similar answer, and I think it was a very spirited and smart answer. So yeah, I'm interested in that. Damn, if there was a button to get more time, right? You know what, God, give me 10 more minutes right here. Right. You can turn water to wine. Can you boy get one more minute? Right, yeah. So the show ends on a positive note. What is the message of the day that you guys would like to give to the people? Start with you.
Never give up. Keep pushing forward. I know things seem tough right now, but I think it's going to change. Like I said, freedom is your ability. It's your ability to get up every day and do those things to get you those freedoms in this world. And also, like I said, this brand is not just something you wear. This is about good people, a good environment, good motivation. Those people that ain't gonna get their shoes scuffed and turn and start fighting at you. Nah, that ain't like you scuff my shoe, like, hey man, it's no problem. It's just a shoe. Like that's the world that I see, and that's the way I want everybody to be. Is always strive for everything. Like I've been struggling since I was little. You see all these stars like talk about, yeah, man, you just keep pushing forward, it'll come, and then being, you know, growing up in Chicago, growing up in Aurora on the tough sides of the west side and all this and stuff, you think you can't do that.
Right.
Do you think, especially these kids in Chicago, that's why all these murders happen, they think they stuck in Chicago and this is all I got. There's a lot more to this world, so go and drive forward and go towards it and make sure you get it the right way.
Took a picture of y'all on the gram story. I just had to. It was hold on, we'll do it real quick. On the count of three, y'all. 1, 2, 3. People, what? I love this. Message of the day from Mary.
I would say I agree, man. Inspire each other.
Okay.
You know, have each other's back. That's what we're here for. I mean, you see somebody struggling, you help them. That's what you do. You know, kick them all or down. You know what I'm saying? And it's for businesses too. Like I reached out to Vince because Philip couldn't make it.
Right.
And I knew Lena just opened up her shop, and what a great way to promote.
Yeah.
You just gotta help each other out. You know. You
went in. You went in.
Yeah.
We've been emailing for a little while, but you went in. You was like, you know what? I got him.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny too? And I didn't hear from you.
It was live.
I didn't hear from you for a while, and I was just like, okay.
He was working on the barbecue sauce. That's why.
No. You know, so to the point about starting your own business and trying to make sure that it's professional and things like that. You know, I've literally been doing all of it. The phone, the email, the posting, you know,
Okay.
I've got people.
So you're in front of the camera and behind the scenes.
Yeah,
and you're doing it all.
And I've really tried to. One of the things I've tried to do is like, I've tried to not have this. Like, I've tried to not have elected official in 1 week. I've tried to have woman in business, local artist.
Right. Like make it fun.
Exactly.
Make
So
it
that's why, yeah, exactly. So I've been a little bit selective where I'm placing people, things like that. But I will say this: no emails or contacts, guy on the Vine. I'm getting one of the Aurora side. No. I don't care how long. Your boy got you, and we're going to try to highlight you. And I always try to give back to people because I am thankful. I am thankful, and I appreciate everybody trying to do something. So yeah, that's what's up. Girl, I was going to get you on the show. No, I wasn't playing with the email. Was not playing.
I was like, did I send that? I'm just kidding.
Right. Sent 3 weeks ago. Okay. About to unfollow
And
this.
then, and then he gives me like certain day I need to respond by. Oh my god.
No. I've been getting a lot better and everything, and to the people who've helped during the growing pains of the show, and to try to make things flow a little bit easier. This is all part of it, all part of giving back. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. So this has been a great episode. Let's think about a part 2. Let's continue doing what y'all doing on your own anyway, which is always positive. And like I said, send me, hey, next week we dropping this. Just email it, just send it to the DMs or whatever, and we will post it for y'all. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? So on behalf of the second largest city's first daily news podcast, this has been a dope interview. For those who don't know what dope is, that means great. A little slang linguistics for them. This has been a great interview with 2 great people, Mary and Vincent, F.I.Y.A, and
Designs by
Spunkymare. Everybody out there have a blessed, motivated, safe, powerful, determined day. We will see you guys back here for another great interview. Shout out to Treadwell Coffee. You know what I'm saying, for the location. Oh, Isabel, all that. Yeah, big props. Shout out to the dog that was barking during the most important question I ever asked. And all of that. Now he's quiet with no questions are being asked. But you guys have a safe day out there. Peace.